Good morning, hello everybody, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. So today is, as promised, the non-beauty favourites. So this has taken me ages to do because I always, suddenly my brain goes blank and I can't think what I want to do. Anyway, I've got my mug here. I haven't made a coffee yet because I'm waiting for building people to arrive, and it always makes me very anxious and nervous because I just don't know how to deal with people. I just don't like people in the house, and I just don't know what to do with them. I'm just like, they're going to ask me questions, and I'm like, oh, and I'm just like, I know if I make my coffee now, then they're going to arrive, and I just want to get started on this. So we might have to make a coffee midway. Okay. So I've written it down as well because I can't stand it when I watch my videos back and I can't remember what the hell I'm saying. So I'm going to start off with books. Shows, things I'm listening to, YouTube. Yeah, okay. Let's just start with books. And if I can, I will put the little picture on the corner so you can see. So, a book I've just finished reading, or not just finished, I've read it a while ago now and I just never remembered to post it, but I really enjoyed it. It's called Hear Him Calling, and it's by Reagan. And if you are like me and you like ghost stories, but like elite ghost stories, then this is, fantastic. I love anything to do with an old house. And it's this couple who've just had a baby, and the husband inherits this weird tower in Wales on a mountain somewhere. It's a tower that his grandfather made into a house, so-called kind of thing. It starts off with an old story from 100 years ago, like what happened up there, and they move into this place that is continuously cold, and there's a tiny little kitchen window, and through the window you can see at the top of the hill this like empty sort of shell of what was a house or a building. Anyway, at night the wife keeps seeing a light just going kind of through almost like the hill, and she says, there's somebody up there, there's somebody there. And the husband's like, oh, there can't be anybody there, and there's a farm over there and stuff like that. Anyway, strange things happen. She hears somebody in the house, she hears someone saying things or saying a name, Martha, and the husband starts getting a bit weird and he doesn't want to leave the house, and she's trying to, there's damp, the grandfather's old clothes are there, nothing's working, it's uncomfortable, and anyway, weird things happen, and then it goes back to the very, very old story about what happened to the girl that lived on that hill. It's brilliant. Trigger warning, it's got some upsetting things in it that you might find upsetting and disturbing, but it's a very, very brilliantly written book, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, thoroughly. So if you like a sort of ghostly story, then that's one for you. Now, what I'm currently reading, and I'm about 80% through the book, and it is superb. It's called The Baby Group, and it's excellent. This woman called Scarlett, she's lived a very kind of, in her 20s, like party scene lifestyle. But now she's married and she's got a 1-year-old child, and she's been off maternity leave from her really popular media Manchester city job. But she's also got a blog called Cheshire Mama, and she's got this new group of NCT mums, friends. Anyway, a video gets leaked. Her first day back at work after maternity leave, she gets called into the office by her boss, which is also her friend, to say that a video has been leaked. A video of her from 20 years ago with her ex-boyfriend and another guy. And it's been sent to all her colleagues, her mum, her dad, everybody, her husband's family, everybody knows. But as far as she knows, the baby group doesn't know about it. So she's struggling to find out who has posted this video and why, all by not saying anything to her baby group. But as the story unravels, it gets very interesting. So yeah, very, very good. My kind of book. You know, I love things like that. So I'm 80% through it, and it's excellent. Edge of you. I read for. I go to bed at 8 o'clock sometimes just so I can read for like 2 hours. So I cannot put it down. It's one of those books where you can't wait to go to bed to read the book, and you just can't stop reading, even though you're like falling asleep. And I need to read another chapter. I need to know what's happened. It's excellent. I love a book like that. Then for TV, what I'm watching, there is not a lot on. Again, I've cancelled Netflix. I am such a flippy floppy bird. If there is nothing decent for me to watch on there, I'm turning off. And it really annoys me because they put things on that's on our regular TV already. What's the point of that? If I can watch it on my regular TV, what is the point of Netflix? When there is a decent show, when You comes back, another series of You, yep, I'll get it then. But otherwise, I'm not watching it for the sake of it. But what I am watching, if you're in the UK, it's on BBC iPlayer, which is my favourite BBC iPlayer. I watch majority of my shows on BBC iPlayer. It's called Murder Trial, and it's inside the courts of Scotland. And they are tackling cases that are maybe 25 years old, where they've not been solved. And I've got to say, you know, the Scottish courts, you know, they don't mess about, and they get it done. And it's just, they've got about 4 cases, really interesting cases, and you get to be inside the court listening to the evidence and the hearing and the judge. And, you know, some of these people are like, you know, on a murder charge, and they're 80 years old. And, you know, they'll be brought to justice because of technology now, and basically reopening old cases that haven't been solved in Scotland and bringing them to light again, and kind of using the knowledge that the police force have now to kind of crack the case. But it is a jury-based court, so the jury in the end does decide. But it's really, really good, and I really enjoy it. Then what I also, YouTube, I really like this channel. It's called Crime Weekly, and it's presented by, he was a police detective investigator, Derek Levasseur, and Stephanie Harlow, who I think she has her own channel as well and does crime stories. But what I like about this channel, and I don't watch every single episode because there's something that I'm not interested to watch. I started watching them because they did about an 8-part series of the Adnan Syed trial, because I think he was released. They did an 8-part series on that topic. And what I love about them is, unlike some other major crime YouTubers, they are very, very calming and relaxing to watch. It's the same with the murder trial. It's very calming, it's very quiet, it's very relaxed, and it's very kind of going through all the evidence. And if you don't like that, you won't like this. Some people just want to get to the answers. I like to go with a fine-tooth comb over everything. And these two together are fantastic. They leave no stone unturned, and they really get into the nitty-gritty. And I enjoyed those 8 episodes because they were like 2 hours long, some of them, and I loved it. Really got into what on earth happened, but what happened here, and why did this person call this person, and who was there at the time. It's very, very interesting. So that's how I found their channel. So I don't watch all of their cases because some cases I'm not interested in. It will have to be a case I think, oh, I'm interested in that, or you know. So yeah, they're really good to watch because you could just put them on an evening or in the morning, whatever, and they're just so nice to watch. They're really nice people, and they're really chill to watch, and it's really comforting. I know the topic is not comforting, but their voices is comforting. And the other thing I like to listen to is BBC Radio 4, Woman's Hour in particular, because they've got some great topics on there, and it really is a great way to learn what's going on in the world, to pick up what's happening in day-to-day things, politics, religion, property market, finances, women's health, all sorts. It's so brilliant, because I used to be someone that thought, I'd really worry as an anxious person about meeting people at dinner or going to meet friends, or, and not, I always thought, I'm not clever enough to be part of a conversation. How do people know all these things? And now it's like an epiphany to me, because it's like, all you have to do is listen to the radio or, specific talk or podcasts even. I learn a lot from podcasts. And you just pick things up. It's not like you have to study. You pick it up. I mean, on BBC Radio 4 yesterday, it was a whole property discussion. They were talking about price rises, which catchments are expensive, renting, how's it changed, estate agents, markups, landlords, all sorts. And it's like, oh my gosh. And you pick these things up, and you can say, yes, I know that the price drop, the price of houses has risen by however percent, because you've listened to it and you've locked it in. And I really feel really pleased with myself about that. And I do like to listen to politics, because I like to know what's going on in my town, in my county, in England. It's good to know what's going on. You can't be so closed off and go, I have no idea what's the grooming scandal in the UK. It's good to know, so you can have an opinion and a judgment. And when somebody brings something up, you can have an opinion on it, because it shows that you are part of society and you care about what's happening in the world and you know what's going on. And for me, that's really helped me feel like a better contributor to conversations. So I'm really pleased with myself. Oh, I've missed out a book. Even with things written down, I'm like, missed it out. One more book for you. It's called The Book You Want Everyone You Love to Read. And this is by psychologist Philippa Perry. She is married to Grayson Perry, the man who kind of dresses up as a woman. That's a whole nother topic. I'm not going into that. But she is so interesting and so clever. And more so, she particularly focuses on communication and how to communicate in your relationships, be it your personal ones, family ones, friends. And this is a really, really good insight and way she almost tells you how to interact and almost question your own abilities and thoughts. Like when you say, why doesn't my friend ever suggest a place to eat, blah 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 blah, it's so annoying. But then you think to yourself, well, perhaps they think you enjoy making the suggestions. So she gives you these different ways to look at things, which I find incredibly interesting, because I want to be a better communicator and I want people to communicate better with me as well. I that's another thing, because I like clear communication. It's nice. You have to be able to say, not to be rude, but say, I'd really like it if perhaps you could suggest somewhere to meet next time, as I've suggested all the time. And as much as it's easy for me to do, or, I know where to go, it would be nice I would really like it if you suggested. So she gives you all these kind of tools to navigate and gauge communication with people, which I find very difficult. And what happens is it doesn't work, because that other person doesn't know why you're getting not annoyed, but they don't know why you're kind of pulling back, and you're pulling back because you're like, they're not making the effort. But once you think about it and turn it on its head, you can kind of understand a bit better. Oh, right, and perhaps maybe I need to spell it out. I need you to be clear about what time we meet. I need to have a time in order to get there on time, or lessen my anxiety or finding the place, etc. That kind of thing. So that's a really, really good book as well. I highly recommend everyone should read it, like it says. So, the mug. This, I've seen everybody using this mug, right? And it's from Temu, okay? Now, I'm not an advocate of Temu. I'm not a fan of it. I don't like it. I don't understand it. There's a lot of controversy behind it. I will never they have reached out to me to do a video and I won't do it. But I was so obsessed with this mug. I really wanted it. I've seen everyone have it. So I thought, I'm going to order this mug. I just want to see, is this a legitimate thing? The mug was £11 and you get this little plate, which I love. I think it's just so cute. You know, I thought, is it a load of rubbish or what? So I ordered this and I ordered a black velvet bow. And I've got this, and I mean, it is good. It seems to be good, proper quality. What it says on the site is that they go to the manufacturers of the big brands and then get the products that are left over. I don't know, but it's all coming from China, I think. Does it? I don't know, and I don't really like to carbon footprint and all that. Do you know what I mean? To be fair, did I need to get this mug? No. Do I love it as much as I thought I would? Not really. I'll tell you what, it doesn't keep my coffee hot like a normal mug would. The coffee goes very cold, and perhaps it is a bit too small, but I do like this dish. You see, it is ceramic. I have put it in the dishwasher, so I think it's legitimate, but would I buy, it took ages to come as well. Would I buy from them again? No, never. And they do this thing where they're like, oh, if you don't receive it by Friday, you'll get £9 credit. And I thought, I'm not playing that game. Even if I don't receive it by Friday, I don't want any of your credit. I don't want any of it. Just give me the mug and I'm done with you. So yeah, I don't recommend buying from them. It's just, a lot of it is a load of tat, to be honest. Let's be honest, isn't it? I can't understand those people that continuously buy, and I'm talking daily, weekly, Primark, Poundland, The Range, you know, Temu, continuously, like bags of it. And I'm thinking, do you know what? If you saved that money, you could probably use it for something better than buying a load of tat that you've got to throw away in, you know? Really weird. What's this obsession? Primark. How much Primark can one person buy? It's mad. It's insane. Or maybe we should do a like rants and raves. I remember doing videos like that where I was like, what annoys me? What's irritating me today? Yeah. I'll tell you one thing what annoys me is adverts where people are screaming. Like there's this, is it Corsadol toothpaste, and there's a woman in the mirror, and then there's when she's screaming, and I'm like, why? What is with the screaming? Do I need to hear screaming when I put the TV on? No. So I always kind of mute the adverts or change them over because I cannot. Yeah, okay. What else? That's it really. I mean, we're on 18 minutes now, and those were my main things that I wanted to share with you. You know, food and stuff, what am I liking now? Digestive biscuits, just plain digestive biscuits I'm quite enjoying. And my usual grind coffee vanilla, which is what I'm using at the moment, which I'm going to make now because no one's turned up. Right, I bet you now I'm going to put this morning on and everyone's going to turn up. And it's going to be like, oh, right, okay, or not. Hopefully not, because I can't be bothered today. It's been cold, wet. I don't mind it being grey. I love it being grey and gloomy. It's my favourite kind of weather. I just don't like this constant mud because it's so muddy that I have to take the dog up to the bath twice a day to wash the mud off because it's incessant. But anyway, right. There we go. That was my current favourites. I hope I haven't missed anything out. I don't think I have. And my next video, I've got a list of what videos I want to do, but for some reason I don't refer to it. I don't know what's wrong with me. Anyway, I hope you're well. I hope to see you in my next video when I come up with an idea. And what do you think of my makeup today? I've got BareMinerals Original on today because I thought I'm not going to have time to do my makeup if people are coming early. So I've got that on today, but underneath I've got the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. Now that is amazing. See, look, I can't get through a video without talking about beauty and makeup. This is why this video was so hard to do, because I love my beauty and my makeup and it's very hard to get off that subject. But there we have it, there you go. Anyway, I shall see you in my next video. Bye.